On the show today, we have the amazing Mohr, and we are also being joined again by a friend of his and a wonderful autism advocate. There's a Robin Yates-Martinez. You
Hi,
look beautiful.
thank you.
I just, you have just a flair and a style that is always lovely.
Thank
We're,
you.
we're so excited to have you here with us, and you are bringing back your good friend to be with us, Mohr. I believe that he is there. And Jay, if you want to start your camera, you can, or you could just talk to us. But I see that there he is. Well, look at this handsome man.
That's me. Oh, go on.
Hey, Jay, I hear through the grapevine that you just had a birthday.
I just turned 50 Sunday. I turned 50 years old. And
Yeah, well, you don't look a day over 35. Look at that gun. That's pretty impressive. Happy birthday.
Thank you, sweetheart.
And thank you so much for joining us again. We have a lot to talk about. But I was saying before that even this morning before, when I said to somebody, I got to get off the phone, I got a show and we got Mohr on the show today. I got to go get ready for it. And they said, remind me again, what is his connection to autism? And I was like, there's so many different connections. But one of them, I think the first one, correct me if I'm wrong, is the two of you becoming friends. Is that the first connection that you had to autism?
I believe so. Yeah. Robin and I became friends. I've met her two beautiful boys, and it was, I've been aware of it, but, you know, I don't have, my personal connection is through people that I love that have, you know, become these daily warriors, storming the castle every single day. And it's just when your friends have struggled, you want to make that right. You want to do what you can to protect them. And I don't have a time machine. I can't go back in time and make Robin safe from time she was a little kid until now. I wish I could. So in the meantime, I can just do what I can and help people that I love, like you.
Well, that has been amazing, and you have been so helpful. And for people who don't know and haven't been with us before, Robin has been a regular on the show. She's somebody that I just admire so much in the world. She's an amazing warrior, and an incredible individual who has been working in the field of autism for many years, and is a mom and is a mover and a shaker in a community. We feature Fullerton Cares on the show all the time. You do a lot of different things, Robin. Take just a second to talk about whatever you want to talk about that you do, because you do a lot.
I think the most relevant thing I'm doing right now, as far as our viewers are concerned, is I think all parents, but particularly parents of children on the spectrum, are really struggling with distance learning right now. And so I am seeing it from every perspective. I'm providing behavioral and educational support as a specialist for a school district. So I am trying to help teachers make content for their Google Classrooms, and I'm trying to increase our kids' ability to attend to instruction in this new way. And everybody's learning at the same time. And so it gets really stressful when technology starts failing. People tend to panic. And so I have really upped my coping skill game as far as with my own and with teaching the parents that I work with and the students that I work with to just breathe and to just cut yourself a break, show others grace, cut everyone a break, just breathe, we'll get through it. And so that is what I'm doing now. My district started school this week. And so it's crazy. It's been a challenge, but I'm proud of my colleagues. I'm proud of the teachers I work with and the students that I work with. It does seem like everyone is trying their best. And for me, that's always powerful.
Yeah. It's a crazy world we live in right now, Jay. I'm sure as a stand-up comic and a person who's looking at the world, we have to say you have a special that's out right now and that people can watch. It's Mohr, American Treasure, which you are, which you very definitely are. And I did not know that it was out. And I got to tell you that Robin joined us a couple of weeks ago on the show, and she was like, Shannon, how, because I asked, how are you doing? And she was like, Shannon, have you not seen his new special? And I was like, what? Because I've been under a rock, let's admit it. I've been busy with the COVID wheels. But it's available in a lot of different places. We were able to rent it on Apple TV, and watched it. And Robin had said, you got to watch it. It's hysterical. She knows that I love your humor. And I think we rented it for $4.99. And when I think about what we would have paid to have gone out to see you, and my husband and I sat on the couch with the air conditioner going with fans on us and laughed our tuchuses off, which we needed, Jay. People need a laugh right now. But it's available.
If you laugh your batukas off, that's how you have that Cheney punum. With this special, there's no Michigas, there's no Chazarai with the jokes or the laughs. Let me tell you something. I'm as proud of American Treasure as I am of anything, any acting role, anything. I really can say they filmed me. There's no way to say this. You know my heart, so you know who I am. So know that I'm saying something that sounds audacious and gross. This guy filmed me for 1 hour when there was no potential in my body. It was just a rocket that took off. It was just insane. It's one of the best. It's the best. I feel like it's the best I've been, and I feel incredibly odd that somebody actually filmed that with 6 different cameras in front of.
That's amazing.
I mean, that's really how I feel about it. And I think it was my second special I filmed that summer. I filmed them both last summer. One of them got bought so far, the other one not yet. And I just loved it. And it was only about 80 people in the audience, because then you can't really do a show. You have to communicate. You guys said something about distance learning. And I was curious, when you're distance learning, Robin and Shannon, does it, I got to think it gets like pretty claustrophobic for any kid. Does it help if you're able to bring, like if I came to your house, Robin, every other week on say Tuesday for a half hour, we just, I don't know, I threw a deck of cards in the air and we ran around and we picked up all the red ones. Well, I'm just anything. Is that like, what's needed? That to me seems like a break. It could also be detrimental because it breaks the routine that's already established. So what can be done to make distance learning better? What's a solution? A tiny solution.
So I think you hit the nail on the head, right? And at this point, especially if we're thinking about, I'm really concentrated on our special needs population, particularly learners that have more moderate to severe challenges. And so,
Robin, let me interrupt you.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to take the Gene Simmons doll and just push it out of frame for me.
Why?
Is it freaking you out?
Because if I can have Paul
Stanley fine.
And Ace Frehley on the other side.
I could sit in front of Ace.
I thought it was some crazy wallpaper that she had.
Oh, this is my bedroom.
I'm pretty sure Peter Criss lives in her basement.
He's over here on the end.
Yeah, Gene Simmons is just, there's an old joke. What's the difference? You remember Elvis Presley's manager, Colonel Parker? He was a terrible businessman. Don't do A Star Is Born. Sell these handkerchiefs with your name on them. What's the difference between Colonel Parker and Gene Simmons? Colonel Parker stopped screwing you when you die.
Oh, no.
That's a great point.
Oh, no. I don't know.
Kiss is one of the all-time best bands, and you know them more from their stupid pinball machines than Shock Me or Christine or Love Gun. Come on. All right, let's go back to what you're. So, Robin Yates, darling, tell us what you can about distance learning. There seems to be controversy, keeping attention, keeping them focused, having routine. But what's that little bit of light solution-wise? Help us, darling. We're all geezers.
I think you hit the nail on the head that the way you can help is by providing some kind of respite to either the parents by doing something like hanging out with their kids for a little bit. If you felt comfortable doing something like that. one thing I'm doing is I do a Zoom class that's fun. So it's distance learning, but it's rock and roll themed. And we basically dance and learn about rock history. And so I have a lot of parents tell me that their kids, even if they don't do all of the dances or whatever, will oftentimes sit and at least just watch that and really love it. And so that's their little break that they can take to just breathe and collect themselves. And it's a way to make the distance learning platform more reinforcing. So even if you're not able for whatever reason to leave your house and go hang out with your friend's kid that's struggling or something like that, a Zoom meeting either with mom, who's probably desperate to talk to adults. I mean, I was grateful to have something to put makeup on for today because I'm just in the house all the time.
But I can't break up I don't know what your school day is in your home. I can't break up your homeschooling schedule. So I can't just show up with lasagna as a respite, you know.
Oh, please show up with lasagna to my house. We will disrupt whatever.
I could just come and like play for your boy. Just sit with Harlan, just play like my favorite bass lines, and like we'll just.
Oh my gosh.
And
Yeah, everybody needs a break in the routine. Everyone.
Well, and everybody just needs fun.
International Dog Day. Does he always have his tongue out to the side?
Lady party. What's up?
Lady party.
Hello.
Oh.
Is that a preset? The tongue always to the side?
She had her teeth taken out, so there's nothing to hold it in.
Oh, baby. She's a senior dog, right? She's getting up there.
She's the best. Just the love of my life. I don't need no man. No way. All right. So the best way somebody Robin, can help alleviate the stress. I got to phrase this question better, and I apologize. How can moms and dads who are educating at home and online their autistic children what is something they can do that gives them that respite?
I mean, I would say rent your special. And I'm not just saying that because I
like that. Hey, you know what? Shame. What do I care? Because you're right. You guys rent my special, American Treasure, jmohr.com.
Have a break.
On iTunes, Amazon Prime. It's on Shannon's has it on her old reel-to-reel, and her husband's got a ham radio in the basement, and he tries to get my voice just right. jmohr.com, the easiest way. That's an hour. So yeah, maybe I'm trying to let the parents know that it's okay that they do that too, because we feel
exactly. Yeah, don't feel like you have to be superhuman. Definitely give yourself that break. And I think it's really important. You know, we're always talking about antecedent manipulation, things we can do to prevent our children from engaging in behaviors before they happen. We need to do that for ourselves.
Changing what before it happens?
So making changes to a child's environment or the demands we're placing on them so that we can minimize the occurrence of any problem behaviors. And I think we need to remember to do that for ourselves. So if I'm getting a bit stressed out, it's okay for me to take that extra break and, watch something on YouTube or listen to one of my podcasts or do something that's going to take my mind off things that might be stressing me out.
So I gotta say, Jay, I think you're already doing things that have the potential to help us, like the special. But I don't
like the word potential. It's a dirty word in show business.
Well, okay, but here's the thing, because I want more people to participate in it. That's where the potential is. But I understand that you do some pretty impressive life coaching, and that you have some clients that are families on the spectrum. And I think that for we can't give away what we don't have. And when we're saying to the kiddos, we want you to do this distance learning and we want you to stay calm, if we're not coming from a place where we understand what we're doing and why we're doing it and are right with ourselves, it's much harder to do that. So I just want to put it out there that you already have a service that's available to people if they want to be using this time in COVID to be helping their kids, helping themselves move forward instead of stay stuck. You have an outlet for that.
You're very nice. Thank you. I do, and I can help. I will help whomever. I haven't not helped somebody yet. Fingers crossed, I guess. Coach JJ37 at gmail.com is how you can reach out to me directly for life coaching. It's not free. I'll send you a non-disclosure agreement for your privacy, for your protection. Trust is earned. I'll earn it. I'm not in a hurry. I do it via email the most because the words are chosen very carefully before you hit send. And it's funny because I was just in my apartment for so long, and I was just taking all these like life coaching notes that I got to transcribe for myself. People carrying guilt are actually kind of passive narcissists. Nice theory there. How to get rid of worry. All right. Yeah, just some things. I had a big revelation the other day. I was paddleboarding and I was thinking about like an ex-wife, another ex-wife, a couple old friends. And I think in my life, there's a few times I went, let's see how they do without me. And you know what? Everyone does really fine without you. Everyone just keeps humming along without you. There's no one on earth going, I can't believe we let that guy out of our lives. We're 70 and destitute.
I would argue on the other side of things, though, that just like It's a Wonderful Life, if I were to add up all of the ways that you personally, Jay, have just touched my life and enriched my life, and let's multiply that to times the billions of people whose lives you have touched, if you weren't here, it would leave a ginormous hole.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here.
Okay.
Oh,
I mean,
did I say something that made you guys get like freaked out? Like I'm not.
no.
But I mean, just the idea of saying that the world doesn't continue without you. I think that you.
No, I mean in relationships, like like you know what? I'm gonna get a divorce. Let's see how she does without me. Guess what? Maybe she's got a new guy, new job, new house, and she just doesn't think about you at all. She's doing fine. I'm not me specific, or like I'm not even gonna talk to those girls anymore. Let's see how they do without me. You know what? Hey, sweetheart, they're doing fine without you. Like it's amazing when we remove ourselves from something stressful to things going back to the online learning. It's such a stressful thing. We just want to short circuit and remove ourselves. It's gonna go on without you. You can either get behind. So Robin, this is what I did as a life coach. I made a list of how to be sure you're the best educator you can be. One, minimize variables is what you're saying, like breaks in the routine, disruptions. You want to make sure like the guy that comes in to water the one plant in the corner because it's sick and it's got brown leaves or something. He comes in on Tuesdays at 10. He can't come in Tuesdays at 10. We're doing this now. Minimize variables. Number two, know your triggers. Know what makes you have a different frequency where you're not immediately, you can identify it and stop pushing that onto your child, I guess. Three, you need recess, you need PE every single school day with your kid. That's my little 3-list thing I made up just now for maybe moms or dads of.
I think we need to make a meme.
Kids.
Right. Well, you hit the nail on the head, really.
My son, I barely get out of public school in New Jersey. He's gonna have to stand in line to become a hair sweeper at a barbershop. I mean, he'll be an idiot. Trust me. I can do one thing exceptionally well: separate people from concern. That was my job as a kid, and that's what I've turned into my revenue. But I tried to give myself a mohawk during quarantine, and I didn't do it right. I looked like Friar Tuck, a mohawk.
I loved it.
Well, thank you. I had to shave it all. You need hair in the front also to have the mohawk. Now I'm assistant principal of like my son's school. Really? I couldn't do a mohawk. It's a line. I messed up a line. That's geometry and geography right there. I'm failing the guy. So I cut hair on the side now and I'm assistant principal. I like it. And I have.
So your boys are going distance learning then, Jay?
Yeah, I sent them to Japan, and we that's real distance learning though, and we just shout over the ocean. Yeah, I mean they have to. I don't know what the alternative is. I mean I do know a couple. I tried to get my 9-year-old into a micro school, then maybe having it doesn't have to be a teacher with a $65, $75 hourly rate. Like look, it's we the people. Let me tell everybody something for real here. Don't normalize this. There's no rank and file. The rank and file has bent us all over coffee tables at this point. If you can get a college student that'll tutor your kid for a couple bucks an hour in your home with the curriculum you're getting, I'll go to court with you if anybody's got a problem with that. We have been failed so impossibly, so egregiously, systematically, and this is not a political thing at all, it's a fact. We have been failed completely. We the people. The NBA canceled the season on a Wednesday, 6 p.m. I sat down, I knew when it happened that this was serious. The people saved the people. The people are the ones that are social distancing and saying, hey, let's not go meet in air, it's kind of weird. Some of the people are sitting in restaurants because they get unlimited breadsticks because, you know, they can't help themselves. Ugh. Anyway, do what you have to do to educate your child. There are high school kids that'll go from high school right to your house with wearing a mask, leaving their shoes at the door, washing their hands, that'll tutor your kid on whatever 3rd, 4th, 5th grade topic. You know, they'll do it because you wear tight blouses, literally. They'll just come by and keep doing it. So just don't normalize this. And don't you dare anybody out there think this is the way we're all supposed to do it. It ain't. It's not.
I gotta ask this, Jay, because you know we've been talking about this at home. That so
You
everything.
say you. Oh, sorry, I fired myself up.
But there's such a need for comedy right now, and there's such a need to make fun of the craziness that is our reality, and yet a lot of comics are locked down. Like their schedules are canceled. There's no.
They're locked down. I mean. Yeah.
And but like I just feel like somebody needs to find a way to do stand up from their living rooms. Because I feel like you probably have an hour that you could do just on social distancing, and we would line up to see it. Is your mind working this way at all, or are you taking some time?
I mean, that's how my mind goes all the time. You got to keep in mind, I was 16 years old, and I was 17 years old. And I was driving to bars in North Jersey, asking them if they want to have comedy night, run by me, 129-pound, 17-year-old wrestler. Anyway, everybody can do shows on their computer right now. We're feeling that out. I've done about 6 Zoom shows. I've done a bunch of podcasts. I did a live show in North Hollywood a couple Saturday nights ago, and it's a memory I'll never forget. It's already nostalgic. It was one of those car parks, like in a Tarantino movie in the Valley, where like you park actually right under where you sleep. Like those like crappy, there's like little crummy poles barely holding up that apartment. There's like 8 cars going to there, 8 onto that side. And that's where the show was. Each couple had a parking spot, 2 people per parking spot, and they were spaced also. They'd skip a couple parking spots. The stage was the back of a pickup truck. Everyone's wearing masks, Shannon. You don't know if they're having a good time by looking at them.
It's crazy.
Oh my gosh. How did I miss that show?
I don't, it was quick. It came together quickly. And I'm going to tell you something. It was like I was at Woodstock. That's how I felt. I felt like the Who performing with an attitude because Hendrix thought he could follow us. And he did, by the way. It was the best. I mean, there was no money. I don't know how those people got in. They didn't pay anything to get in. Everybody, I don't know where you get the folding chairs. I don't know how he got all of his neighbors to not park in the carport that day, but it was great. We need comedy. You can get my special. If you can figure out a way to get it for free, get it for free. I don't really care. I'm not in this for the money. I've done that already, and I've given all that money to someone else because we broke up. It's totally fair. I'm not bitter. Oh my God. Here's the thing about COVID I've learned. My neighbor's pretty dumb. They think they can save their lives by walking in the middle of Sepulveda Boulevard. Like, what am I, like patient zero? I'm wearing a mask and I'm walking. You see me coming and you just walk out into traffic. Your whole life you're told not to play in the street. Now people are walking on the yellow line of, La Cienega. They're like, I don't want to get sick, man. Stay away from me. That's all I got so far, really, up the top of my head.
I'm glad you brought up what it's like to perform to a masked audience, because I'm really missing comedy. I wish I would have known about this show, because this amount of time in COVID marks the longest I've gone without seeing you do live stand-up since 2013.
We've already agreed. I will come to your home and do comedy for you and Paul. What am I supposed
And he has done this
to
for me on
drive
the phone
around
for my
Orange
birthday.
County hollering your name until your living room falls on top of my car?
I think that would be amazing. But I'm glad you
Look at that. Shannon, come on.
It's pretty impressive.
Get with it. Come on.
It's pretty impressive.
No, but I'm glad you brought up performing to like a.
You know what's not impressive? I'm 50 years old and I'm flexing my biceps on a TV show online.
That's hot.
Well,
You know?
Yeah, really, is it? I mean, maybe if I'm on.
It really is.
Flex your arms on that TV show, then yeah.
Flex them all day long. It's always appropriate.
Wait till you see my glutes. Check these out. No.
I was ready.
Triggers. Minimize variables. Know your triggers. You must have recess and PE every day also.
Yes, the physical thing. But how about adding in there must be fun and laughter?
Look, I'm not an educator, sweetheart. Don't push your politics on me.
But if my point is, people say, well, we got to have a life. You can have fun and laughter in different circumstances in different ways. And like people can rent your special and people can find a way to, but if we're not laughing, what in the heck are we doing?
Did you say we have to have a life? Is that what you said?
We have to have a life. People keep arguing that. Well, I have to have a life.
You're right. I'm with you all the time. Don't defend anything. I'm with you. You're right. To everybody out there feeling like we have to have a life, guess what? This is it.
Exactly.
This is it. The law of the universe is you adapt or you go away. If you don't grow wings, you die. If you don't get rid of your wings, you die. If your tadpole doesn't become a frog, he gets eaten eventually by a fish. Big fish eat the little ones. I take a fish this big, I put on a hook, I throw it in the ocean, I catch a perch this big, or I catch a barracuda this big. A calico bass goes to eat my barracuda. I have two of them now on the same lure. I was wearing a GoPro, I filmed it. And then me and my buddy Carl at the same time, we looked up at the sky like, who's gonna pull us out? It's predator prey out there. This is your new reality. You have
exactly.
To adapt, and you have to evolve or you will go away.
And for people who are like, I have to go or do this or else I can't be living, I'm saying to them, I agree with you completely. And if we're not having fun and laughing at the thing that we're doing right now, I don't know what the point is. But you brought up the wings thing. I have to tell you, I was thinking about what's my favorite part of your special, and it's hard for me because I love when you talk about relationships and how women think about men. I have material for you, Jay.
I want to hear it. I like it.
Yeah. But I also, I have to say, it's like choosing a favorite child. I love when you talk about being on sets with other people. I love when you talk about Christopher Walken and being on set with Clint Eastwood. But I'm dying to know, you ask Christopher Walken a question, and I'm dying to know what your answer would be. If you could fly or have a tail, Jay Mohr, which one would you choose?
That might be one of the best setups for that ever. Well done. I'm not kidding. I go to radio stations all over the world and they go, so tell us the do the Walken thing story, the tale. I'm like, well, you just said, the punchline. You set it up so, like we're talking. It's nice. So Christopher Walken, I'll make this very quick. He said, I asked him once, what would you rather be able to do? Would you rather have a tail or be able to fly? Because I just said something stupid, idiotic to him. And he goes, a tail, of course. Well, first he goes, I'm so glad you asked me that. A tail, of course. You can always get on an airplane with your tail. So I would rather be able to fly because I'm a perv and I know they're sunbathing topless somewhere and I'm going to figure it out. You want me to be honest? What do the kids say? Keep that real? Is it keeping it real? No, I'll keep it real. Come in. I'm going to fly around the neighborhood. Okay, she's never been underwater. All right now. Yeah, I'd want to fly. That'd be cool.
Okay. All right.
How about you? Who's going to pick tail?
I would pick tail.
Yeah, I knew it. You would?
Yeah. Yeah.
Robin would have a bunny rabbit tail. What kind of tail?
We've decided on tail. Paul and I go back and forth about this, but we've decided tail.
You'd have a bunny rabbit tail, right?
Absolutely.
Paul would have like a brontosaurus tail, like crap, we'll whip it.
Yes. Just
and what kind of, this is
doing
great.
demolition.
I'm gonna join it now. Shannon, what kind of tail would you have?
I would have a big, long, thin tail that could like open doors, do things. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Like
I've spent a great deal of time thinking.
Like a cartoon chimpanzee sidekick.
Yes. Yes.
You could pick locks.
Yes. Yes.
Check this out. Beaver, big flat. I'm going beaver. How about my house? I'm gonna have the Mitch Hedberg joke about beavers. He goes, I love their houses. Mitch Hedberg's joke is, I love their houses. No, not beachfront, beach on. No, not lakefront, lake on. I just want that big flapping tail. Make a run.
Do a lot of damage.
This is the best conversation I've ever had. My cheeks hurt from smiling because we actually chose our tails.
That's it's
Thank you,
impressive.
Robin, for accommodating my OCD by having Ace Frehley in the background.
It's okay, but I won't say
Yeah,
anything negative about Kiss Gene Simmons publicly. So I know a whole different side of him. And his birthday's just 2 days after yours.
Gene Simmons has been wonderful to you.
Oh, you have no idea. Yeah.
That's why I just said it out loud on a television show.
Well, yeah. I can't say enough good things about him. So not everybody lives up to their
I don't
public
think there's an audience
persona.
for that though. So you don't have to worry.
Yeah. Oh my God.
There's no like Gene Simmons chat rooms or like clubs. He really gets kicked at a lot. So maybe you can start the like, he's been really good to me club. You know what? Kill all that noise. I wrote down your 3 steps to homeschooling. Can you read it?
Yes.
Minimize variables. Something else it says.
Know your
No
triggers.
And then you got to have PE and recess. But this is the thing. Daily.
Got to be daily. You want to change your life, you have to do something different every day of your life.
I love it.
Can you mail me that? I have a set list collection. I have the set list from
This is on the back.
Jay's special, his
On the
most
back
current
of a life
special.
coaching index card for
Share your why. Yeah.
my wrestling coaching. I heard it in somebody else's coaching podcast, and it's like about CEOs. You have to explain your why. The people that work for you, do they know why you do it? Why is this your passion?
I don't know if you probably didn't hear, every day, every week, we have a topic of the week, and our topic this week is know your why. That's exactly what it is. I mean, like we just showed the slide.
Intuitive all day.
It goes full circle, because I was saying earlier on the show that if you don't know what your why is, and if you can't articulate it,
Index cards.
it's a magic trick.
You
You
just
picked
went
the
like
topic.
this and picked one.
That's
Are
crazy.
you freaking kidding me?
Watch the tape back. We had the slide that said know your why.
And
You
notice
said
that I am in
period.
no way surprised that he nailed this out of nowhere, because
Yeah,
that's
I think-
JJ.
That is our
Very
topic this week.
Why am I here doing this? My why is I can't fathom what a struggle and how angry making and how sad and afraid it must make people to have to do what my friend Robin does basically her entire life. So it made me realize what I can conceive of as compassion is not it's not the volcano, it's the atoll, it's the top of the volcano, that's the island you see in the water. There's so much I don't know about people's struggles. So anytime I can become more aware of that, it helps me to become more compassionate. And being an addict, I have to try to be of service every day, or my thinking gets a little haywire. So the fact that it's share your why, know your why.
Know your why. Yours is share, ours is no. Yeah, well, I think because
Wow.
it makes sense. Makes
You know,
sense.
you know why mine is share? Because if you know who am I, the why is its own answer, and what do I do is its own answer.
Yeah.
Who are you?
I love it.
Shannon, what's your bag?
So my why, and I was saying this before, is that I have to pay forward what I got because I was alone someplace thinking that I was on Mars, and the universe conspired to show me what I could do to help my child, and I didn't think I could do it. And people helped me to get through it, and I have to show other people that they are not alone and that there are many paths. There's not just one path, but that there's help and there's hope. So our show, our mission is to provide information and inspiration, and so that people can not. And I was saying that this is something that you teach, Jay. Earlier, I said this about how to thrive, not just survive.
I'm going to show you how you're thriving and not just surviving, and I have proof right now. You said the universe, universe conspired to show you the ways that you could be of service for your child. The universe has never conspired at all. The universe is a golf course. When you go play golf, the holes don't move. There's no counterattack. You don't go, oh my God, this grass. You're always mad at yourself. The course is just the course. Don't hit it off the back of the tee. You won't be as frustrated. Choose a different club, but you got to keep getting at it. The universe didn't conspire to help you whatsoever. You needed to know what you needed to know. You handed your wanting to control things over to God, the universe, your higher power, the great electron in the sky, and you figured it out. The universe, I promise you, Shannon, is completely indifferent to your life going well or unwell. It's just the universe. You did that. So you are as powerful as you think the universe helped you become, but you're actually 10 times more powerful than that. You're an exceptional woman on your own with no diorama to look at, no blueprint, with no history of this is how this gets done because my mom taught me when she was raising me as someone on the spectrum. You didn't know what to do and you figured it out on your own. So you're no longer allowed to say the universe figured it out publicly, because that's not going to help as many women or men as then. I just sat down and I had to figure out how am I going, because I am going to help my son or my daughter. And that's what I did. And then I stood up when I was done. That's
and
what will empower people.
That is so sweet. I kind of, gave the short version because what actually happened, Jay, is that in the middle of the night, I was on my knees praying to my higher power and saying, please don't let me mess this up. Please show me what to do and be clear about it. And I was having to work a job, I don't know. I think that I used to do a little bit of stand-up, not a lot, but I did all, my master's degree is in theater, and I didn't have a way to keep food on the table. So I was working as a designer for a closet company. That's how I was putting, helping to put food on the table, and prayed to God and said, please show me. And if ABA is the thing for my kid to do, show me a kid with ABA that's okay and that it's all right so that I can see that it's going to be okay. And not even 12 hours later, I got sent to a home for the closet company, comes up on my beeper, the address, and I go to their house, and it is a family with a child with autism who's now speaking. And they introduced me to the company that we ultimately got ABA from, that I now work for. It was not a coincidence. I said to God, show it to me. And when I pray to my higher power, I always say, help me to see it. Sometimes I'm oblivious, make it clear, because sometimes I don't get it. And, I have had the experience of saying, I need help with something, walking into a bookstore and having a book fall on my head, literally.
I've never not had that answered. When I have emptied myself of any iota of ego and just, I'm lost, I need your help, I have never not had that happen to me. Like you're just
same for me. And when I say make it clear, it's like, boom.
I think that's when all the good things happen to us, when we're still, that's when all spiritual enlightenments and things like that happen, when we, I'm trying to write Robin's address on an envelope as I speak with you, and that's not a very good way for me to.
You're a busy man.
I'll
We're out
text you.
I want to tell you this, Shannon.
Yes.
I'm so lucky I get to come on the show, and I know you're going to say that you feel so lucky and great. But and you know what? Yeah, you are. Sure, great. But I need you to know we're like it's 50-50 now. It's you know I learn more every time I'm on with you guys, and I'm very grateful to have a platform to just simply say, I can't imagine, and if I can learn anything to help, please teach it to me. And it's a place where I actually keep making the depth of my compassion. You and Robin and friends like yours, you make my compassion deeper, so I'm always going to show up.
Well, it's a privilege to have you here and to have you in our lives. I know Robin will say the same thing. We didn't really even talk about the fact that you also are someone who over the years now has been mentoring young comics on the autism spectrum, having them open for you. You're a mensch. Don't let anybody fool you.
That's my friend, that's my friend. So I don't consider it mentoring. It's just him being.
Shout out to Keith Rezo.
Keith, my man. Keith being on the spectrum is like the least interesting thing about him to me.
Which is what makes you a mensch.
Yes.
Honestly.
Sure, I accept. It just societally makes me go, I don't know, how else anybody behaves, but Keith's great. And Keith, the joke that did it was, when I was a kid, everybody's making paper airplanes. I was making paper airports. That's the joke that froze me. I was walking in the improv and I felt like somebody threw something and hit me in the back. I was like, oh my gosh, what a joke. Keith, I love you, brother.
Yes, he's amazing. He's been on the show too. Hey, we're out of time, but I want to get to a couple of different things. And I love that one of our viewers posted for us on Facebook that Jay Mohr, American Treasure is out now on Apple TV, Amazon Prime Video, Dish, DirecTV, and more. Listen to the album on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, Pandora, Sirius XM, and more. They say, I have listened to it already and is very funny. Take it from this autistic person. It is highly recommended. That's like the highest compliment.
Wow, look at that. New demo.
There you go. So
I mean, I can say it's his best work and I'm his biggest fan. I am fully qualified to make this statement, and it's fantastic, and it's my absolute favorite.
There we go.
Let me know when I can come bring one of the dogs to your house, and I can teach music or teach Carlin or something.
That would be amazing. Anytime, we're here.
Really, just pick a day next week and I'll do it.
Okay. But Jay, tell them really quick. Tell them really quick. Where can they reach you to do life coaching again?
Coach JJ37@gmail.com. Coach JJ37@gmail.com. You'll get a non-disclosure agreement for your privacy. It's not free. I'll explain it all to you. Like if you're stuck, get unstuck, because you're not really stuck. You feel it. I can't speak how you feel, but you're pretty amazing. You're pretty great every time, I promise you.
You're both fabulous. I appreciate you so much for being here. Thank you. And we'll say
you're fabulous.
Love you back.
I love you, JJ. I love you, Shannon.
Love you. Thank you so much, Robin.
Hey, thanks for watching Autism Live. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.